Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the clip. That's the conglomerate. Knicks Real Talk, we real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. 52 and 10 books. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. Them have the logo on the business that I feel like Square Street. Staring down on the chain grid, looking at Knicks City grip. Projections on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I tell the people we have to be hard to shine like stars to find the Mount Mars.
I'll redo that, I'll be doing.
Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, salute everybody. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. It's your man Divine. I'm in the building, man. About to get it popping. Y'all give me a thumbs up out there if you can hear me. Hear my audio because I'm having a problem for some reason. But anyway, man, salute to the chat. What's good? Salute to everybody out there, man. Let's get it popping. Knicks Real Talk. Post-game recap. Knicks in the Indiana Pacers last night from Indiana, man. Knicks didn't come in there and handle their business last night. Second unit didn't play too well last night, so let's see how they can. We're gonna talk about if they can bounce back. Maybe they get it popping tomorrow against the Washington Wizards. But anyway, man, like I said, the Knicks didn't get it going last night. That second unit did not play well last night. But we kind of expect things like that happening. So it's just preseason. Like we said, we didn't expect them to go undefeated anyway. But just to know that our first unit played pretty well last night. All of us was in the plus. We're gonna get into the stats and everything later. They all played well. The second unit, they all was in the minus last night, so they had a little bit of difficult time in Indiana with their second unit last night. But overall, though, there's a lot of positive, a lot of negatives out there that we didn't like last night that we did like as well. We're gonna get into all that, man, and hopefully, we still enjoy this recap, man. So like I said, that usually when the Knicks lose the game, everybody down in their spirits and everything. But it's just like I said, it's just preseason. So we hopefully that we continue to grind and get looking forward to the next game. But I seen some good things last night. I seen some pros, I seen some cons, and but anyway, it's 109, 100. They just went in. They didn't have in that second unit, man. Quickly, Obi, none of them got. They all was in a minus last night. So and that just it happens. It happens for the most part. And like I said, we get into all that, man. But I hope everybody had a good day today. You want to hear what Knicks Real Talk about to get a pop up for the night on this post game recap. And then, we get looking forward to Washington Wizards tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. Hopefully we can get down there in the nation's capital and close out the preseason with a win. But overall, I'm still satisfied with the way I'm satisfied with the way the preseason has gone so far. I'm not too mad at the way the preseason has gone. We've seen a lot of good things. Julius Randle looked like he's more effective this year so far coming out of the gate. RJ looking like RJ coming out the gate. Like I said, the second unit the last couple of years was playing well. Mitchell Robinson looks good. He looked good last night. So salute to Mitchell Robinson. And overall, I think our team was in the right place. Obviously, Derrick Rose didn't play last night, so we can't expect too much out of the second unit when it comes to experience. I like what Hartenstein could do. I was happy about his ball play last night. Especially passing the ball, unbelievable. We got a good thing there with him, man. Hit the three ball occasionally, so that looked real well to me. So I was happy about that as well, knowing that what Hartenstein got to do for it. If he can stay healthy the whole season, him and Mitch, I think we're going to be all right in that second unit when it comes to that backup role at the center spot. Between him and Jericho Sims, I think the Knicks going to be pretty much going to be all right on that end. Yeah, you're right, JJ. Mitchell Robinson did have a big impact on both sides of the floor. Salute to Johnny Davis, my brother. Salute Johnny. Real talk, salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Pudge, nice, my man. You already know. Cash out, my brother, JJ. Keith Turner, salute to you cats coming in, man. Hopefully, we'll see Shot a little later on in the program. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, I'm like, I had said something early in the pregame last night. I was like, I don't care if the Knicks come out, do real well with the starters, get up a good lead. No matter what happens after they let the bench players come in, whatever happens, happens. That seemed like that's what happened last night. I was like, you know what? I just want to see how they're going to come out the gate, get a started with the starters, see what they're going to do, how they're going to. And so they came out, got a pretty decent lead. The starters looked good. Then obviously the second unit came in and they just couldn't get across the finish line. But they competed in battle. A lot of people were down on Cam last night, but the guy there's only one preseason game. Don't give up your hope on Cam, because even though he was struggling last night, shooting, but he did, make some pretty decent moves to the basket. The defense was 50-50, but I still think he did enough to say, this was a bad game. You know what I mean? He lived to fight another day, and I'm hoping that's the case. And he just had a bad game. But he still wound up, after everybody was down on him, he wound up hitting hit a 3-ball. Then he got to the basket with that beautiful, which should have been an and one, off that left hand, off the rim, and he got 10 points in the game. So compared to some guys that didn't even get that many points. Cam Reddish went 3 for 10 and all that stuff. But but it was a bad night for him overall. But not only him, just the whole second unit. They was all in the minus last night. So and then that happens. Playing in Indiana, we didn't expect it to be like the Garden. Yeah, Keith, you a lot of guys feeling like you are feeling right now, man. And I'm gonna be keeping 100 with you. A lot of guys feeling like you feeling right now, so I'm not even mad. I can understand your comment for sure. I'm hoping to just precede this one bad game, man, and hopefully his career is not defined in one game. Let's hope. Because the cat got skills. I've seen some things he do that I just don't see a lot of cats on the Knicks do as well, especially on the defense end. And I give him credit for that. But it wasn't only him last night. Quickly had a bad game overall. Like I said, that whole second unit. Bry, all of them was in the negative yesterday. So it really wasn't only Cam per se. I think overall it was just that whole second unit didn't come to play last night. The whole first unit was in the positives last night, and the pluses. And the whole second unit was in the negative, And I'll put that up there right quick. I know it's early, but let's just get to see that. If you look at these cats last night, you look at the starting lineup last night, ladies and gentlemen. Julius Randle, 25 minutes, 5 of 10 field goals, 3 for 6 from the 3-point line, 50%. He didn't go to the charity stripe, had 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 2 turnovers, plus 11, 13 points. Mitchell Robinson, 23 minutes, 3 for 5 field goals, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, good for Mitch. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, good to see that. Plus 7, 11 points. 8 points, excuse me. And then Jalen Brunson obviously didn't have it going last night from the field goal yet. 30 minutes, 4 for 14, 1 for 3, 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. He did have 5 rebounds and 8 rebounds. He had 8 rebounds. That was good for Jalen Brunson. 3 assists, 1 steal. He was plus 7 though. Fournier, that was a sneaky plus 9 to me. He was 24 minutes, 3 for 9. He almost shot worse than Cam Reddish last night. Cam Reddish went 3 for 10. 3 for 9, 2 for 5 for 3. He didn't get to the foul line. 1 rebound, 3 assists. He was plus 9. Obviously, R.J. Barrett, to me, is the one who really had a good game last night out of everybody. 27 minutes, 50% from the field. Shot 1 for 5 from 3. 6 for 7 from the charity stripe. We'd take that all day with R.J. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, plus 13, 21 points. And that was only in 27 minutes. Then obviously, Jericho Sims, minus 5, 2 minutes, no points. Obi Toppin, 23 minutes. He was a negative 20, 8 points. He one rebound last night for Obi Toppin, 2 rebounds. Cam Reddish, 3 for 10, 1 for 6 from 3, 3 from 4 for the charity stripe, minus 22. He had 10 points though. So like I said, Hartenstein, minus 17. He had 10 rebounds though. Salute to Hartenstein on that, and he had 5 assists. He was flirting with a triple-double if he would have kept the assists going. So Hartenstein played good last night. Everybody on the bench, I thought he played well last night. Obviously, McBride didn't play to 18 minutes, 1 for 6, 0 for 3 from 3-point. Didn't get to the foul line, but he did snatch down 2 rebounds, 5 assists though. No, actually 1 assist. Pardon me. I'm looking at Hartenstein number. He was minus 16, 2 points, and obviously quickly. 24 minutes, 4 for 18. He wasn't having it last night. He couldn't hit the ocean last night. 2 for 7 from 3-point and 2 for 3 from the charity stripe, minus 18, 12 points. So overall, man, as a team, we just didn't do good last night. I don't know. I think you got to give credit to their second unit last night, ladies and gents. I think their cats came to play last night. That second unit of the Pacers, and I think it showed itself, man. And that's why we took that L last night. So hopefully we can get back at it, man. And when the dust settles, man. But I still think it's just preseason, so we can't get too up and we can't get too down. And salute to the chat, everybody, man. Pudge, nice, everybody. Like I said, salute to you guys. My man, Tone Wu, salute to you for coming in, my brother, real talk. But I think we bounce back against Washington. We'll see. But overall, man, it was a tale of two different teams. Our starting unit and our second unit. Their first unit didn't do nothing against us. That's why we had that couple lead against them. But like I said, once the third quarter came around, I knew Tibbs was gonna let them cats stay in there. I like, you know what, it is what it is. But at least they got a chance to get a lot of experience. That was good about him taking the starters out yesterday and letting that whole bench just ride it the rest of the way out. They got some game experience. They got to kind of shake some rust off. Real talk, but like I said, quickly had a tough game last night. All of them did. Obi had some tremendous dunks though. I still like the energy overall. And even though Cam Reddish had a bad game, I do think that I could see his skills though. I just hope he can put it all together, man. I hope we don't give up on him yet, but I do see what he can do with a basketball. I mean when he took that rebound off that steal off the fast break, got the steal, went on a fast break, got to the key, shifted behind his back of my man, did that lefty layup, which should have been an and one. So you can see he got skills, man. He hit the three ball. He had 10 points, like I said. So, but it was abysmal 3 points because of the way the game booked it. But like Tibbs said, that wasn't only one man. That whole second unit was atrocious last night. Like I said, Cam Reddish was minus 22. Obi was minus 20. Harkenstein minus 17. All that, 16. The only one had a low minus was Jericho Sims because he only played 2 minutes. So, that was just a tale of two different teams, man, the starting unit and the backup unit. But we just gotta hope that we come back to the next day, man, tomorrow and bounce back and get it popping though. And I think we will. I think we get it going. It put nice real talk. Pacers bench wanted it more. Facts. You can't say it's better stuff, my brother. Put nice. They wanted it more, and we was in that game. And I think we kind of took the wind out of the sail, and it happened when Cam Reddish had the turnover. That's what took the wind out of the sail. I thought if he could have drove down the lane or somebody could have got that score, would have made it a one basket game. I think we would have had a chance to pull it out. But when he made that turnover, just took the wind out the sail to me. I was like, okay, now they're gonna be down 6 or 7, and it's gonna be hard for them to get back with the amount of time they had on the clock, like 16, 20 seconds, whatever the case may be. So but like I said, overall, you take the positive with the negatives. I like the energy. I like that first unit, the way they played. I really love the way Julius Randle got down yesterday, man. His numbers was legit yesterday. Only in 25 minutes, and but the numbers was he shot 50% from the floor, 50% from the 3-point line. He didn't get to the charity stripe, but he still did what Julius Randle do: 8 rebounds and 5 assists in 25 minutes. So you gotta give my man Julius Randle his flowers for last night. And obviously Mitchell Robinson was Mitchell Robinson. I like the way Miles Turner had nothing for Mitch. Mitchell, that cat, man, that offensive rebound, and he a demon on that glass, brother. Word one, because and I think the way he go at that ball on that glass is just gonna bode well for the Knicks going down to the rest of the year. Because when we all jump shooting wise, a lot our baskets ain't falling, our jump shots ain't falling. Mitchell Robinson right there, to hang around that basket and get to the back and get your offensive rebound. Need to put it back up and get a score, try to reset the possession and try to get back in the rhythm. So that it was good for him. I liked his game last night. He was mobile, he was around doing the thing. Miles Turner couldn't get nothing off. Miles Turner, he only had 10 points, but that really was a really not efficient 10 points. I think overall, my man was playing. So he gave Mitchell Robinson his flowers last night, and Jalen Brunson obviously. He can have a game like he had. Everybody not perfect, but you still like what he brings to the table. Because even though he only had 11 points and he shot 4 for 14, but the brother snatched down 8 rebounds though. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. That was good. So when you can't affect the game one way, you affect it another way. And that first unit, he was definitely helping them that rebounding situation because he had 8, Robinson had 8. That was pretty good to see. Brunson had 8, Fournier had 1, RJ had 4. Fournier, to me, the jury's out on him for me, guys. Y'all know how I am, man. I try to keep it 100 all the time. The jury's out on that. And it's preseason, though, so I can't judge him like I could judge Fournier or Cam Reddish or anybody. But, man, I was like, come on, Fournier. You got to get it popping up in there. 3 for 9, 2 for 5 for 3, 8 points. You know what I mean? So, but hopefully he can give us that 17 points game or 14, like something like that in the regular season, because we're gonna need it. But other than that, the one guy I can say, man, that's staying efficient and staying consistent is RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's real consistent in the preseason. The cat had 21 points again. He averaged 20, and he averaged 20 in the preseason. He had pretty much 4 rebounds last night, 3 assists. So he had a good game to me last night. Overall, he was one of the few guys that had a good game, man. But I tell you what, though, that Ben Mathurin, that brother, he got. You know what? One thing I say about him, he's the type of player that can play in New York. I like his tenacity. I like his grit. I like his passion. I mean, and he got some dog in him, man. So if we could have got a chance to got him, he would have been nice. He could play. I think he's the type of player that could play in New York because he just got that all around passion. He go get it, man. So to Ben Mathurin last night, man, he dropped 27. He was consistent with what he was doing. He was a product for quickly in them guys last night. So you got to give credit where credit due. Ben Mathurin definitely on the come up. If he continue that the rest of his career, he'll be legit. So good job by him. But I think other than that, man, overall, I think Mitch McConnell's peskiness kind of on a day like last night had Jalen Brunson like a little bit like just that the pesky. He just pesky, you know what I mean? And I think he put that out there. And that you want pesky guys on your team who can not scared to go up there and get up in your face. And he made it pretty difficult for Jalen Brunson a little bit last night. But I'm quite sure Jalen Brunson gonna remember that when the season comes. But he did. He was pesky. And even though Jalen Brunson was a plus 7, 11 points, but like I said, 4 for 14, because I think McConnell had a lot to do with that. And you got to give him his credit. But it was overall. I think from what I've seen, 109 and 100, and I still think they competed. I think that second unit, you got to give them their not just due last night. They didn't come to the table last night and bring their A game. I think they was trying, but they didn't bring their A game. Other than Harkenstein is probably the only one I think out of that whole second unit last night really. And even though he was a minus 17, but he was trying to get it popping though. I can't front. So salute to him because his numbers were decent. 7 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. That's decent. You know what I mean? So I think they gotta get back to the basics, but they'll be all right though. They still 2-1. They have a successful preseason. But that one right there last night was all second unit though. And they just got away from us last night. But like I think I was telling Shaw Powell, which I'll bring the brother in a minute. I was telling Shaw Powell on the pregame last night. As long as we see that first unit play pretty decent, and then after a while, Tibbs just let the other guys just go do their thing. And I think that's what they did last night. And I think that's the way it worked out. At least I'm glad to see the way the first unit Shaw Powers was good, brother.
What's going on, Divine? Peace to you. Peace to the chat.
I can't hear your mic, fam.
All right, let me come back in. You don't hear me?
That must be my mic, man. My headphones.
Hold
Shaq,
on.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right, I'm going to come back in.
Yeah. Excuse me, guys, ladies and gentlemen, for the technical difficulties there. I apologize for that. I think it was on my end because Jason said he hear him. I think I might have been my speaker was muted. Hopefully that's the case. But yeah, anyway, man, it was an interesting game last night. Our first unit came in and played, and our second unit just didn't have it. Shaq, can you hear me? You hear me now, fam?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
What in the world is going on? Go ahead, though. It's me. It's not you. It's me, man. So go ahead. What's going on? You good?
Yeah, salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Great game last night, man. The starting unit was really pretty good last night, and we did exactly what we needed to do in the first unit. The second unit, a little lacked a little bit last night, but in due time they'll get a little better. Salute to Johnny Davis, JJ. You guys hear me in the chat?
Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for this mishap right here. I don't know what's going on with my system. This is not good. But yeah, bear with me. Shah, keep holding it down until I get this together, brother.
I can hear you, Divine. All right, well, like I was saying, okay, cool. Good look at everybody. Salute to the chat, man. Like we always say, it's where it's at, man. Salute to Johnny Davis. Salute to JJ, E. Gibson, Mets Knicks fan. It was a rough night last night, but our starting unit did come out and contribute last night. Where we lacked at, I feel a lot was our second unit, and I'm pretty sure I heard Divine chiming in on that as well. Our second unit a little lack last night. IQ didn't play as well as I thought he could have played last night. Obi Toppin played pretty well, but not as well as he did the last game. Cam Reddish came in and he had some good points. He drove to the basket a little bit. He made some good plays and stuff like that. But the one person that really impressed me yesterday in yesterday's game was iHeart.
Salute to the chat. Salute, guys. My bad, man. I'm having technical difficulty, but salute to my brother Shy. I will work this out and everything, man. But salute to the chat, man. Shy Powell, I'm sorry I can't hear you, brother. But I'm gonna figure this thing out because I don't know what happened. But it's something like giving me no sound. Y'all can hear me, but I can't hear you guys. So I gotta see what's going on. But anyway, let me real quick, man. Salute to the chat. E. Gibson, JJ, Johnny Davis, Core Mega, Sherwin. Salute to you, my brother. You know it is Worldwide L. Salute to you. Everybody, man, appreciate y'all coming in. Pardon me for the technical difficulties because I cannot hear nobody, especially my brother Shah. But anyway, man, so I can't really hear what Shah said. But like I said, last night the game was kind of, second unit didn't have it, man. They just didn't have it. They played, but they wasn't sharp. Let's put it that way. They all was in a negative, and
Exactly.
I just didn't like the way that went down last night. So hopefully, they come out
Obi
tomorrow.
played well last game.
With a little bit more passion, a little bit more energy.
Not
It's good though. It's a good test because you want to kind of get punched in the mouth sometime to wake your butt up and let you know that it ain't all peaches and ice cream. So I'm kind of glad that our second unit had to realize, listen. But in another sense too, that would have mean to have a guy like Derrick Rose who kind of slow that thing down, give them guys an order, and while they on the court, kind of put him in a situation where he's a leader out there. So you had a lot of young guys out there, Quickly Young, but Bry Young, Obi Young, other Harkenstein Young. I mean, they did a bunch of young guys, so they had missing to me having not Derrick Rose out there to be a leader out there when they need it in a certain situation when you might be down 4 or you might be up 4. You see the thing about the pendulum about to swing. You need a experienced guy who can kind of stir the ship. And Shaw Powell, that's what I think they missed last night, and Derrick Rose last night. They didn't have nobody to stir the ship when the pressure started mounting to a degree. So other than that, our second unit, they all was a plus, they was a minus, every one of them. -5, -20, -22, -17, -16, -18. And but at the same, it's only a preseason game. You live to fight another day, Sha.
Yeah, this is true, Divine, man. I'm pretty sure that the second unit will get themselves together. I mean, they were pretty good the last game. And we did see some good things. The one person that I was happy to see was iHeart. iHeart went out there last night and he played good. You show what he could do in the second unit by his where he passed the ball, where he got guys into the game, and how he tried to score a little bit. So he did he did some things that was pretty good, I think. He really worked his the way he played the screen and roll, the way he played the high pick and roll, and the way he played the high give and go passes. I really enjoyed watching him do that yesterday. Hold on, Devon. I'm coming. We having some technical difficulties here, fam. We're gonna get it together. Let me come on. I'm gonna come all the way on and try to get maybe he can, when he see my face, he'll know that I'm talking or not. Let me see.
Hey God, I might have to come back in. Y'all bear with me, man. Let me see how I'm gonna leave the studio and come back in for a minute because I'm definitely not getting no just bear with me 1 second. Man, I hate to do this to you cats up in here, man. I hate to, but if I had to go back and come back in, y'all stay around, man. We get it popping for the next half. So sorry about this inconvenience. This is not how we get down here, but things happen in this world. So let me go out and come back in and real quick. Yeah, I'm back, guys. Sorry, man. Hopefully I can hear some sound. We wait till Shot Powers come in, and I'll see if we can hear some sound, and we can get it popping from there. But I apologize for the inconvenience tonight. Shot, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm still having some technical difficulties with I can't hear nobody. You know what I mean? And that's unusual for me. But
I
I
knew I
can
should
see
have
you
got
though.
on
That's good.
earlier. Yeah, I came in so you can
Yeah,
see
man.
me.
God. So yeah, I know this normally don't happen. I apologize so much for this, man. This don't happen too often. I got to figure out what's going on with my. I can't hear you guys, Shop Howard, but I know you can hear me, but I can't hear you. And it's not you, it's me because I can't even hear my sound play when I started the show. But anyway, man, as long as you're on camera, I know I can cut in and cut out. I just can't hear what you say right now. But like I said, man, just let's get back to the Knicks. Cam Reddish, like I said, he had one of those games last night that it happens though. It happens with Cam Reddish. It happens with any ball player. Like I said, with the whole second unit, not only him, but what was interesting, man, he didn't stop competing though. I mean, and I'm happy about that. Though he didn't have a good shooting game from the floor, defense was a little bit there and there, but he didn't stop competing. What I mean, and even the second unit they didn't stop competing, and that's why I'm glad that even though we lost, they didn't stop competing. I think like Pug Knight said earlier in the stream, they just wanted it more. They bench wanted it more than ours, but and I just think that Cam would be all right. I'm not too much worried about him. I'm not too much worried about Quickly. I'm not worried about too much of none of them because the NBA ball players, and if the Knicks thought they wasn't that good, they thought they wouldn't help the team, they wouldn't be there. I mean, pretty much, they wouldn't even be on the team. So, but I think he bounces back. I think you see a different Knicks bench tomorrow night. Shop Powers. I think that all them guys bounce back, man, and show improvement, have a better game than last night.
Yeah, of course, man. Like I said, last game, this game that just passed, Obi wasn't as efficient as he was the game prior, the first game that he played, Detroit, and it showed a little bit last night. IQ wasn't as aggressive as he usually is. He didn't shoot his shot as well as he usually does. So he was off last night. Cam Reddish played some pretty decent basketball. He made some moves to the basket, some moves that I don't think any of the Knicks team could probably do, the way he wheels and deals and winds around and stuff like that. But he made some baskets last night. He made a costly turnover, but he played some ball last night. And like I said, I Hard was the guy last night who really made me look at him a little different from the game prior. He made some great passes. He made some great baskets, and he looked like he was a little more into the flow of the game. So the second unit did suffer a little bit. We did see D Rose in there last night, so that also could have been a little different. And it's the way I kind of. This is preseason, and we played like it was a preseason game. This game, and the second unit really suffered this game without D Rose and being an intricate part of that second unit. It'll be better Friday. I think everybody will be in on Friday. I think Grimes will be there Friday. I think we'll get to see the full-hearted unit before next Friday when they have the opening game at the Garden.
Yeah, real talk, man. Like I said, I couldn't hear too much of what you said, so you kind of holding the show down from a noise perspective, man. So pardon me, but yeah, man. For me, guys, I'm gonna freestyle because I can't really hear Sean. I don't know what's popping off with this stuff. My headphones didn't even go in. But like I said, just to piggyback off what I kind of probably think you would talk about, it was just one of those games where Cam Reddish just have to just brush it off his shoulders, man. Just let it go. You know what I mean? Let it go. I've seen some positive though. I like his game. One thing I do like about Cam Reddish, God, I like his side. I like his game. I like even though he was going pretty to the south last night, but when he got that steal, went down on that fast break, shook my man at the baseline, then he threw that lefty up there, which should have been an and one. I like to see that he didn't let it bother him. He still tried to compete and stay in the game, and he wound up getting 10 points. So I mean, that's good though, because a lot of players would have just gave up on that situation and put their heads down and just but he didn't. He stayed in the game and competed, and that's what you want from guys like that, man. But then it's a tough spot for him to be in, knowing that he's trying to be in this rotation, trying to make sure he can keep moving, man, and get a contract for the Knicks. So I'm hoping that this was one game, but overall I like that he bounced it back and he wound up going 3 for 10. He just didn't shoot well from the 3-point line. 1 for 6, but he hit his free throws, and he wound up with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. I mean, that's all right there, you know what I mean? But it just was it didn't affect the game in a way, and that's why he was a minus 22, and that's why like him and topping them guys. Top had 8 points. He shot the ball good from the field goal percentage, but not from three. But he did. He hit plus 20. But he was the highest minus against next to Cam Reddish, and then quickly had 18. So quickly, you think guys like quickly Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin, them three guys, you want to make sure that they try to be in a plus, have an effective game. Harkenstein was a minus 17, but to me, he was a plus minus 17. If you understand what I mean by that, he was kind of like a minus 17, but he did a lot of plus things. Harkenstein did yesterday. He really did, man. He was he was playing some beautiful passes. He had 7 points, but he was involved though. So like I said, I'm happy with that backup situation in New York. Shaw Powell having Harkenstein back there to help Mitch, man. I think that's going to be huge. And that Mitch had a good game yesterday. He had a quiet, decent game yesterday, man. I think Mitch was doing his thing last night, man. He made it pretty hard for Evan Turner. Even Evan Turner had a 10. It was an iffy 10 to me. I think my man, Mitchell Robinson was really getting down yesterday. So it's good to see that he's doing this thing. Randall had a great game, like I said. RJ had a great game. I think Jalen Brunson and Evan Fournier was okay, all right. You know what I mean? That's how that was for me. But Jalen Brunson did a lot of other things last night. He had 8 rebounds yesterday. So that was good to see. He rebounded that ball and still came out with 3 assists, 1 steal. He was only a plus 7. But I think, and even though RJ had 21, and he shot 50% from the field goal percentage, but he shot 1 for 5 from the 3-point. But I'm happy about what that foul tech percentage shot power, 6 for 7 from the charity strike, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for RJ. If RJ didn't keep that going, I think RJ shoots 75, close to 80% this year. And if he do that, 23 points guaranteed, no question a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's no question about that, Divine. The starter unit, they only played probably on average around 22 to 25 minutes last night. And if Tibbs really wanted to try to push the pace a little bit and implement those guys back in, I think it could have possibly been a different outcome. But I'm glad that they got the minutes that they had because RJ played well. I believe Randall played very well yesterday. Brunson aggressively grabbed 8 rebounds, something from a 6'1" guy that you don't see that often. So they played very well, the starting unit. Fournier, he was hit or miss last night. He had some good shots, but he was a little off. He had some short jump shots that he missed. He had a couple of open 3-pointers that he missed. So, I guess better in a flow. Once they get better in a flow, I think Fournier will be a little better shooting the ball. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, real talk, man. I'm gonna go into the settings in a minute, but before I go into that, let me also put this out there. It's only preseason, but when the regular season comes, Fournier got to give it to us, Shot Powers. You got to give it to us, bro. Real talk, man. I want to see more of Fournier in the regular season. I know it's early, and I know if Cam Reddish have a bad game, Fournier allowed to have a bad game. Quickly allowed to have all of them allowed to have bad game, but he was a plus 9. Don't get me wrong, he was a plus 9 last night. 3 for 9 though, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. So I mean, it wasn't a bad game. I just it didn't seem like he was in it like that last night. But he did have 1 steal, 2 turnovers. But it was a plus 7, 11 point. But it didn't seem like it was a potent plus 11 for me, plus 9 for me yesterday.
Yeah, Fournier, it is what it is with Fournier. I think once he gets more acclimated into the game, playing a little bit more, he hasn't played in about 2 games or so. So once he gets back in a little bit of the flow, a little bit more with the practice, I think he'll turn out to be a better shooter. He didn't look like he played all that well last night, but overall he did have a pretty okay game, for the amount of minutes that he put on the court. I believe he was somewhere around 20 to 25 minutes as well. And he did have, his shot. I don't want to downgrade him. I think more flow in the game, more minutes on the court with the guys. I think he'll have a better outcome what he could put out there. It was a couple of shots that he missed while he was wide open, And that this happens. So let's see what happens the next game on Friday and see if we can pull this thing together. I hear that, Divine. You hear me
Sorry,
yet?
guys. I can't. I went in the setting, but something ain't working. But anyway, man. So y'all know this ain't the normal for me and Shop Howard, man. We in sync, we in cohesion when it comes to this stuff here. But tonight I can't hear. I can't hear you guys. So sorry, Shop Howard. But like I said, man, let's move forward anyway, man. You know what? Salute to the chat though for hanging there with us, man. Salute to the chat. Y'all know this. Ain't things happen, but salute to you guys, man. Everybody for hanging in there with difficulties right now. But I'm still looking forward to tomorrow's game, where I know that they're gonna come out with the second unit with a different mindset. They know they laid the egg last night, so I think Tibbs gonna have them ready tomorrow, and I think they're gonna come out there with a different mindset, man. And hopefully they go out there and redeem themselves and just kind of make up for what they did, what they didn't do last night. So I think we would get a big redeem from the guys, Shop Powell. I really believe that.
Yeah, this team is built for comeback games, I believe, and I believe against Washington they will play a little better. I think you'll see a couple of different schemes than we've seen over the last couple of games, and I think that the team will be a little bit more up front. Tomorrow's game, you will probably see more of a definement of what the rotation will be for the next couple of games and the season to come. So Tibbs has a lot to figure out over these next couple of this next game and these next couple of practices before next week when they play Minnesota, not Minnesota. Oh my gosh, John Morant's team. When they play John Morant and his team. So we'll see what happens. That's a very a big game for us. That's a very exciting team right there, and we have to step up to the punches. We wasn't so great in our fast break points last night. Our assist was pretty decent. We rebounded okay, but I evidently I think if Tibbs would have put the starting unit back in for maybe 5 to 7 more minutes, I think the outcome could have been a little different.
Yeah, real talk, Shop House. Excuse me. I'm gonna go on my phone. I can hear you talk, so I'm gonna put it on my phone. Excuse me, I should have thought about that earlier. But that way I probably can hear you talk when you say something.
Just let me know when you got it on.
Say something, Shop.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now. I use my phone for now. I'm sorry.
You got the echo. You got the echo from your main screen too.
Okay. See if I can mute that. But yeah, chat, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the inconvenience right now. But things happen in the universe, so it is all good. But like I said, Shop Howard, I do think that they'll bounce back tomorrow and get it popping, and let's hope that they just can continue to grind it out. And if they do, I think we'll be all right for sure.
Yeah. Do you got headphones for your phone?
I don't think this one can fit in there. But again, what I do, I mute myself when I mute myself when you're talking.
All right.
So you go ahead.
Okay.
I'll figure this out.
Yeah. I think, like I said, like you were saying, Divine, I think it'll be a different game on Friday. I think the team will come out a little bit more prepared. And I think, I think what we talked about tonight will be a little different on Friday than what it was last night.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. So I do it this way. Then I work off my phone. Yeah, man. But like I said, man. Hey, chat, everybody. Thanks for hanging in with us, man. I apologize deeply for these inconveniences right here, but like I said, it happens, man. But you know what? Like I said, moving on to tomorrow, I think this team come out with a lot more energy. I think the second unit gonna come in and get it popping. Like I said, I don't think Cam Reddish had a bad game, but like I said, the whole second unit stunk up the joint last night. They all did. It's nothing too much you could say about that. So I think what I'm gonna do is just stay optimistic about it, man. And it's just preseason. We can't, nobody. I think it's only one undefeated team, so it's not like it's important. But I was glad that I get to see them guys play a lot of minutes last night, and I was happy about that because, like I said, it wasn't a bad game. Even though they was all in the minus, they still was in that game to win it. You know what I mean? They still could have won it. So you had to take a positive out of it. McBride didn't have it last night. You know, that show. You know, what I mean, it happens. But let's see how they go out tomorrow. I think that second unit bounces back tomorrow. I guess that's what I'm really trying to say in a nutshell. That I do think the second unit bounce back. They won't have a bad game like that whatsoever. And so we're gonna see how it go tomorrow. Last preseason game before they head into the regular season. They have 5 days off. Obviously, on October the 19th, we in Memphis. Then you guys gonna be in the Garden on the 21st, and that's when it all starts. So they got 5 days after tomorrow to tune up their craft, kind of get their thoughts and everything together because it all starts on next week on the 19th. So, but I'm happy with what I've seen in the offseason so far. I really am. I can really truly say that I'm happy from what I've seen in the offseason. Let's hope that we keep going.
Yeah, I also, Eddie, salute to you, Eddie Alvarez. I believe the same thing. I think our Q problem yesterday is he didn't have D Rose on the court with him. I think that we seen this last year when he first gets last year when they thrust upon him being that point guard coming off the bench. He had a little trouble. He had a little trouble deciphering how to pass the ball. He had a little indifference in how he took his shots and where he made his layups and stuff like that. I think yesterday game was big. You notice the impact of what D Rose does when he's on the court. IQ does not need the ball in his hand. He doesn't have to really make the decisions. And I think that was one of the bigger things that we seen yesterday. So I think Friday will be a totally different thing. I think we'll see majority of the guys that's going to be probably in the season rotational, making their minutes tomorrow. And I think it'll be a different game. And like I said earlier, I think iHeart played a very big game yesterday. He did some things that he didn't do in the last game. And he showed that he can control the ball by making smart passes as guys go, our offense makes slashes go into the basket.
Yeah, real talk. And you know what else interesting for me was that Quickly didn't have really no playmakers on the court with him last night. Other than Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin is not a playmaker. McBride is not a playmaker. Harkenstein is not a playmaker. So other than Cam Reddish, Quickly didn't have no playmakers out there. Whereas if other than Cam Reddish, there was nobody really could put that ball on the floor and get their own points. Obi's kind of one of them guys where it's fast break, you throw the ball to him, he can knock it down and finally maybe get to the pass or post him up in the middle. Obviously, Harkenstein can't create his own shot. So I think that made it difficult for Quickly last night because if it wasn't Cam Reddish, it was nobody else that can really say, give me the ball, I can put it on the floor and score some buckets. And I thought that was interesting last night. So, but that's different when you got somebody like Derrick Rose out there with him, who Derrick Rose can create his own shot. He can go to the bat, get to the ball and go to the basket with the ball and get a hoop if we need to. So, I do think that made a part in the way that team went last night. But overall, I'm satisfied. I'm not happy, but I'm satisfied because they competed. And that's all I want them to do. If you're going to lose, just lose, go down fighting. Go down competing and make up for your errors when you get to practice the next day or whatever, And I think that's what they did last night. Happy with the starting unit. I want to see what they're going to do. Obviously, you won't be seeing no Porzingis probably in Bradley Beal. I think Porzingis is hurt. I don't know if Bradley Beal will be back from COVID. So if he be back from COVID, then you get to see Bradley Beal and Kuzma and all the guys. And I think Monte Morris went over there from the Denver Nuggets. So I think he'll be over there, Monte Morris as well. They made it pretty much a pretty good couple of acquisitions in the offseason. Nothing major, but they made some good ones. But like I said, knowing that Porzingis just got injured recently, ankle or something like that, and Bradley Beal might not be there. I don't know what Tibbs going to do. I hope he just do like he did last night, play the starters the first half, and see how they could do and get a lead, and let them young guys come back in there after the starters and do like they did last night. And hopefully they have a better game than they had last night. If they do that, I think we still can come out and close out the preseason with a victory. But all I want to make sure we see is progress. And I can say over the first 3 games of the regular season, I have seen progress. I've seen Julius Randle's progress. I've seen Mitchell Robinson's progress. I've seen RJ's progress. I seen Obi's progress. So I'm happy about the all season because I seen what Jalen Brunson brings to the table for us. I see what Cam Reddish can be. I already know what Quickly can be, but I know what they can be. So I'm kind of happy about that. But tomorrow, I would love to see Grimes get out there tomorrow. I think the Knicks is kind of holding them back, maybe not rush them to the regular season. But I would like to see him get a little bit of a burn tomorrow to end the preseason and have some run going into the next to the regular season.
Yeah, I believe more than likely you'll see a little bit of Grimes tomorrow. I think they were just holding him, keeping him safe and stuff like that. Get him in tomorrow, play him limited minutes and stuff, just to get a little bit of burn with the second unit and see how that works out and stuff. And tomorrow's going to be a big game. I mean, a big day for us to find out who's really going to hold down that second unit's third spot. Is it going to be D Rose, IQ, and Grimes, or is it going to be Cam Reddish? We still have to have some things that we have to really figure out. As good as iHeart was on the offensive part of his game yesterday, his defense did lack, and majority of the games, his defense, he's very aggressive. One of the reasons why we seen Jericho Sims play a little bit of minutes yesterday, I believe. So, but the offense that he put out there to bring the big man out to play up front with him, to clear the lanes up, to unjog, to clear up the lanes and let people drive to the hole. He did a couple of pretty decent passes. He made a couple of good screens at the top of the key and stuff like that, and he had some okay things that he showed yesterday that I haven't seen in any of the games. His passing ability was what I really noticed yesterday. Yeah, his defense was horrible yesterday. He fouls a lot, man. He gets right up there and he will foul you, and he has been consistent. That's one thing he has been. He's been consistent with accumulating fouls, and I think that was one of his things coming in this year, that he is a fouling type of guy, but he clogs that paint up. And I like what he did yesterday. And once they define who the second unit is going to be, I think that could change a little bit better as well. He does have good eyes at the top of the thing, and when he sees you cutting, he can definitely get the ball out. He made a rocket pass down court to Obi Toppin yesterday. He got good eyes, and he keeps his head up. So that's some things that I could bring, some things that I can say that he did pretty well yesterday.
Hey, Shah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, man. He just didn't have that defense game. He's a decent shot blocker, but I think they had the energy them guys had for Indiana last night. They was on it. They wanted it, man. And like I said, Ben Mathurin was
man, that's brother. My guy right there.
Yeah, that brother, he was in his bag last night. So yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. Just that that second unit was live. Ben Mathurin was got it going. I think Bassett, he made it tough with his quickness. I think he made it tough for Harkenstein last night. And them guys was quick on the ball, and they was really doing it. So, I think overall, man, they came to play. They just, they couldn't really hold them guys down. And I think our offense was sputtering here and there. Like I said, quickly 4 for 18. And I think, like I said, Reddish, he didn't have a bad game. It seemed bad and when he had one little spurt where it just like everything wasn't going right. You know what I mean? But that happens, though. You know what I mean?
Playing nervous, man. He's playing so nervous. It seems like he's scared to take a shot. He's scared to make a move. And then when he gets the ball and he thinks he's supposed to take the shot, he takes a bad shot. He gets the ball and be like, I think I'm going to take the shot now. And that's not the shot. He's not in the flow as of yet. But him driving to the hole, him making moves to the basket and stuff like that to get around the rim, to lay the ball with the left or the right hand, he's pretty good with that. He makes some awkward under the back, around the back, through the legs, over the shoulder, and flick it off the backboard with his right hand. He's pretty good with stuff like that. So a little bit more flow in the game. Stop acting a little. He's nervous. You see him get in there, and it looks like sometimes the shot that you want him to shake, the shot that I think he should, the shot that he should take, he's passing the ball, and the shot and the and when he gets the ball, when he's supposed to make the pass, he's shooting the ball. So he'll figure it out. I think he'll be a little better the next game, and see how him and Grimes can get their games together. Because I'm pretty sure we may see those two guys on the floor together.
Yeah, you know what, and you know what, basketball is a game of rhythm, man. Like I said, the guy first game in the preseason steps on somebody's ankle, he's out. Come back the second game, he played, but that you basketball is a game of rhythm. It takes minutes, to get into a flow, to get into consistency, to get into a pattern, and I think it just takes time. I mean, like I said, you can't judge a person and one or two preseason games probably what he could do the whole 82 games. I don't think you could judge a person that for anybody to think that Cam Reddish might not be that guy. I've seen this guy do some things in the NBA that 38 points, 30 points a game, and so I hope people don't write him off yet because he had a bad game, because he had some good games in the NBA. He played a stretch of games when he was with Atlanta where he was doing his thing. You know what I mean? So, but I know how we are, man. We us Knicks fans, but we critique everything. That's who we are. We one of the most knowledgeable fan base in the world. So, but at the same time, sometimes we got to be patient with these guys, man, and trial and error. And but like I said, I think he bounces back tomorrow against Washington. I'm almost booking Cam Reddish going to come out tomorrow and get it popping, man. I think he bounces back tomorrow, no question about it. And him and Quickly and all them guys, man, they feeling some type of way right now, knowing that the way they played last night.
No question.
So we see how they go, man. Shot. I think they come back tomorrow, come out the gate. Julius is gonna do what they do. RJ gonna do what they do, and then that second unit gonna try to come back and make up for last night. But I gotta, one thing I gotta say about RJ though, I'm like what I'm seeing, Shot Powers.
Oh, there's no question. The starting unit, Randall, Mitchell Robinson, and especially RJ Barrett. He's doing things. He's playing a little smarter. He's playing a little smarter. He's taking better quality shots, and he's starting to hit his free throws now. So with those things, if he only played, like I said, I believe somewhere around 22 to 25 minutes yesterday. I don't think any of the starters played more than 25 minutes. So, another 7-8 minutes of playing like that, he can possibly, could you imagine he scored 20 points and only played 25 minutes? Granted, if you give him a couple more minutes, he should be able to make a couple more baskets, And I said this while you was off, Divine. I believe if Tibbs would have substituted the starting unit back in last night's game when they were getting close, I think the end of the game could have been a little different. I don't think they would have won if you'd have seen Julius Randle, if you'd have seen Mitchell Robinson, if you'd have seen RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson. I don't think the outcome of the game yesterday would have been the same.
Yeah, I think it would have been just like it was at the beginning, probably 10, 15 point win.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And like we were saying in the stream yesterday, if the Knicks come out there and they stay first unit, get up by 10, 13, 15, whatever.
Yeah, 30,
and then we said that yesterday before the game. And then Tibbs take them guys out. I couldn't care less what happens, really, because I just want to see them guys in the second unit kind of get a lot of minutes to get their game together. You know what I mean? Then that way when the season comes, they'll be ready. And that's what I wanted to see last night. So I really wasn't too concerned about the loss because they did compete. But I think they could have done a better job, and we got to call it for what it is. Our guys in the second unit I think they didn't play like they should have played. Put it like that.
Yeah, like I said, that first unit really showed out a little bit yesterday, and the second unit was the team that lacked. And I don't want to put everything on Derrick Rose, but with Derrick Rose in there, it could have started the second unit out a little different than when IQ came in, and then you substituted Deuce back in there. So it is something. You see sometimes you see you may not think about Derrick Rose as much, but in some of these 7 minutes, 8 minutes that he's been in there, he's put up 6, 8 points, 4 to 8 points and stuff like that. And only playing those short amount of minutes, making that big impact is real big. So it affects Quickly's game. Last year when D Rose went out, Quickly game was affected until he understood what he had to do. Last night, he was kind of thrust into it again, and maybe he forgot, or maybe he played the way he played yesterday was as if Derrick Rose was in there giving him the ball. He would have probably took those shots off the passes of Derrick Rose, and got hot. And Derrick Rose could have sat down and quickly could have probably finished it off a little better, but he started off bad. And he dribbled the ball a little bit more than he should have, and some of his shots was very questionable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Great point, Parrish. D Road, you could tell you missed him last night. Like I said, you need somebody to calm the shit, to stir the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Quickly will get there. Quickly is a third-year player, a third-year player. But he's still young in the NBA. Quickly, he's still young. He a baby. You know what I mean? This third year in the league. You know what I mean? So, being that there's a reason why he was drafted down there. Not saying he's not good, but that's the reason why he wasn't a top 3 or top 8, and he was the 25th pick. So we got to always remember that when you look at guys like Quickly and Grimes, that's why they got drafted the 25th pick, or to whatever pick they might have got drafted at down there, because they feel like they was more of a long-term success, getting better as they get older, opposed to having that talent coming right out the gate, like a lot of the top 10 players, the top 5 players in the draft. So, I mean, you can't expect Quickly them to be superstar and when they just come into his third. This is first when he played 2 full seasons in the league. And he got, so him and Grimes, they'd be all right. Like I said, Cam Reddish, he'd be all right, even though he was a 10th pick in a deep draft. He'd be all right, though. I'm confident he got bounce back tomorrow and get it popping. You know what I mean? They've been in the NBA 3 years. So I mean, we definitely can get on them for one game, but that's all I'm gonna hope. That's all I'm gonna get on them for.
Let me reiterate that, Devon. They've been in here 2 years. This will be their third year.
That's correct.
Right. They're coming into their third year. Salute to White Falcon, Johnny Davis again. Keep it going, chat, man, because and I'm glad you got everything working again, Devon. At least you can hear me and stuff like that, so we can go back and forth off each other like we usually do. Nothing major. Like I said, we played a great game. I mean, I think the starters played a pretty decent game yesterday, and I just can't wait to see what when they come in on Friday, what they do.
Yep, absolutely. I think they're gonna take that personal. I do, because you want to go into the regular season on a high note,
right?
You know what I mean, you want to go into the season with a high note, so and that way it's kind of like hopefully it carries over. But if they go 3-1, and then get into the regular season, and I tell you what's going to be interesting, how they compete against Memphis on this first game of the season. That I want to see the Knicks. If they lose to Memphis, that's fine. But I want to see them go against Memphis and make that a tight game and go hard. And I think we got enough talent to compete with these guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got John Moran and Jaren Jackson Jr. and Baines and Dylan Brooks and Clark and all them guys. They got a good team, man. And Steven Adams and them, but we got some players down here I think it might step up, man. So if the Knicks win that game on Monday, or just compete hard, Shot Powers, and just make it a statement like, listen, we might didn't win, but we here. You know what I mean? We here. You know what I mean? And I hope they could do that against Memphis, once the preseason is over. But to make the basic thing for me is that take this last game, let these young guys get another good run, so they have a little bit more rhythm under them, and that's what it's really all about to me. I just want them guys to have some rhythm. They don't go into the regular season like I didn't get enough reps. That's even though Cam Reddish, like I said, I don't. It's not a bad game to me per se. I just think that the whole team affected that thing. The second unit. I don't think he had a bad game. He shot bad from the 3-point line, but other than that, I mean, So I think tomorrow, if we let them go out there and do it again, I don't have a problem with them not even starting Fournier in the full step. I don't have a problem not even playing the whole starting 5 tomorrow. Believe it or not, I wouldn't have a problem. The Knicks don't even play the starting 5 tomorrow. Play them young guys, let them get all that burn in that game, get their energy up, get their rhythm up, and then you got 5 days off to practice. Or if you're going to run the starters tomorrow, at least one thing is good. They got 5 days until the season start. They really can go in there and critique and fine-tune the thing they need to fine-tune, Shot Powers, and then let's get it popping, man. Knicks regular season to be in effect. Knicks Real Talk, Shot Powers, Devon. We be in the building, man. 82 games. You know what I mean? I'm trying to
get it.
The content that we need to give y'all, man. So I'm ready for it. I'm psyched. I'm ready to get it popping.
Yeah, man. Of course, man. We gonna be here rocking and rolling, man. The ups and downs, the highs and lows, the pits and I mean the peaks and the valleys and all that stuff. Salute to Parish Duggar. Salute to Alton Lee. You guys are great
Yes,
coming back in here. And coming to salute. If you're in the chat, please hit this the like buttons if you can. We need as many likes as we can get. If you know somebody that likes real Knicks talk and stuff like that, we here for them. Try to plug us in and help us get to this thousand, this a monument mark for to be a podcaster.
yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, man. Real talk, man. Rome wasn't built in one day, so we
Word
good.
up.
We gonna keep building brick by brick, everything up, man, to the foundation. The foundation is laid. Next,
Yes,
we'll talk.
sir.
Let's get it. We here.
Let's
We
get
here.
it.
This foundation's there. We just got to get this thing up to the penthouse.
Word
So,
up.
you know what I
Word
mean.
up.
But I love what we doing, man. I love the chat. I love the people who streaming for wherever they're streaming in from. Always trying to keep us in the fold. So everybody from the chat to everybody who's streaming and check us out on the channel, man. We appreciate y'all. Real talk. And I think the best is yet to come. But for these Knicks, still optimistic. Nothing changed for me from the last night. Preseason game, no, nothing changed for me. It's just that I always wanted to win. If y'all ask me, I think the Knicks would be undefeated. So you'll think if you ask me every night, I don't care who the Knicks playing. The Knicks could be playing the Lakers, they could be playing LeBron and them, they could be playing the Clippers. If you ask me who's gonna win that night, I'm gonna say the Knicks. Does
Yeah.
that mean they're gonna win? Probably not, maybe not, but I'm gonna say they're gonna win. Because I think they could beat just about anybody there on that game that night. So we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes.
And yeah, anybody can get it. And I think
That's
the
right.
team, the team that we have out there, if they play together, the
Mhm.
togetherness is the biggest thing for them to do. With them playing together, they play better basketball. And I'm going to say it again, man. That starter unit yesterday was very exciting. You seen certain players really, look like they're going to have a pretty decent season this year. Julius Randle is playing pretty good. You know what I mean? As much as everyone talks about, we wanted to get rid of Julius Randle and all that stuff. Me as well, because of the fit of the team, thinking that Obi could come in and play as the started power forward. Julius has been playing lights out in less than 25 minutes a game. So let's see what happens. There will be a time that we will really sit here and talk about how good Julius Randle is playing or how bad Julius Randle is playing. But
Mhm.
for right now, Julius Randle is playing a top one basketball. He is hitting his 3-point shots. He is driving to the basket. He is letting nobody deter him from doing what he wants to do. He wants to take a short jump shot, turn around, do a 360 move. He's doing it now. He's limiting his turnovers. I think he had 2 yesterday or something like that. So two turnovers from someone that should have the ball in their hand and within 30, 35 minutes on the court with only 2 turnovers. That's very good. He gets the ball a lot and he shoots the ball a lot. So with only 2 turnovers, that's if he can continue to stay low with the turnover ratio, I think Julius Randle will be good. And RJ Barrett, man, what can you say about him? You starting to see RJ really elevate his game. He knows how to make his move he does this stutter move
Oh my
between
God.
him and Mitch at the top and stuff like
Yes.
that to make his move. Either he's going to drive to the hole or he's going to pass the ball. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from RJ, and I hope he continues to do that. Hit his free throws, continue playing like that. Easy 23, 25 points a game. Easy.
Yeah, yeah, real talk, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, I seen a lot of positives, a lot of positives, man. I seen some negative things we got to clean up. But listen. We seen Mitchell Robinson coming out the gate with energy. He didn't have that last year. I like that. I like seeing that. I like Jalen Brunson game. We didn't have that last year. I like that. I really do. And like you said, are they taking another level? If Randall bounced back like 2021, 22 Randall or 2021 Randall, excuse me, then that's another good thing. A good thing, you know what I mean? So, and these other guys getting back. I like what Obi got me convinced. I'm serious, bro. He still got things to work on, but he got me convinced though. I mean, that brother, that fake hizzy to the right last night and when it threw that thing down, I'm like, okay, look at Obi. He's showing out a little bit. We just got to get that 3-ball rolling. Once he gets the 3-ball rolling, he easy 17 a game. He just got to get the 3-ball. The easy transition points, they're going to be there. You ain't to worry about that. But I really want to see Obi get it popping. I'm happy about that. But what do you think about them statement joints, Powers? These Knicks statement edition Nikes.
Oh, I didn't see them. Oh, I did not see. Oh, let me see.
I
Oh, the
tell you
new
what, I
uniforms.
like them. The only thing tough is that Jordan brand. But they nice though. I like them. I like
Yeah,
them.
the Ant-Man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean they looking kind of hot. I ain't mad at them.
Right.
I ain't mad at them.
Yeah, they look decent.
I mean,
Yeah.
you probably never catch me really rocking a jersey with somebody name on the back, unless it
Facts.
say Knicks or something like that. You know what I mean? But for some basketball, I ain't playing basketball too much no more. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I barely go out when my little brothers and my nephews want to go out there and play. But I still can get down. I grease up my little knees and stuff like that. Oil up the
That's what's up,
elbows.
bro.
I still got my little left-handed jumper. I'm all right. You know what I mean? But
I like the way they faded. I don't know. You look at the shorts, how they
yeah,
start with the blue
yeah.
stripe,
Yeah,
and
it
you hit the
looks hot.
logo,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
it
it
gives
fade up to
on.
the
Yeah,
orange. That's pretty decent.
yeah. I
That's
like the
pretty.
logos on the side too, with the two big Knicks things on the side. Those are hot.
Hmm.
Now jump man though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm a Jordan guy when he was a Tar Heel, but when he got to the NBA, I'm like, nah, you caused my Knicks not to have a couple of rings. What would you Jordan?
Facts.
You know what I mean? You caused my Knicks not to have a couple of rings. So, but yeah, but the unis is tight though. I ain't mad at them. Knicks try to get it popping, man. But yeah, chatting everybody. We appreciate y'all coming in tonight, man. We just want to get in here and do the recap of that Knicks loss last night. But they live to fight another day, and that's what they're gonna do. But I think overall, I've seen some good things. I've seen some things we need to work on and clean up, and I think they will. But I'm dying to see what Quentin Grimes gonna do. I hope we get to play Friday tomorrow, Shot Powers. I really do. I would love to see him get a tune-up game in. But if not, they'll hold him out. But I'd like to see him get out there tomorrow and try to have shake a little rust off or whatever, and see what he's gonna bring to the second unit. Because you know me, that two guard spot, I'm still not satisfied yet. I'm really not. After watching that game last night, I'm not sold at the two guard yet for the Knicks. So between Fournier, he went 3 for 9 last night. Cam Reddish went 3 for 10. So let's hope that these cats can bounce back tomorrow and get a pop. And my man Frank Matos, hey Frank, we'll be all right next year. I'm speaking for my Mets. I know me and Frank and JJ, we all diehard Met fans. But just salute to the Yankees, man. Y'all go in there and get it popping. Maybe y'all can get to that World Series and represent New York somehow, some way. So let's go Yankees. But our Mets, we'll be back next year, man. Make some good moves and everything. We'll be back for sure.
Yeah,
But they had a good year.
if I'm not mistaken, I didn't check since then because I think that it was the rain delay and stuff. Or am I bugging
Yeah,
out?
right.
Yeah, it was the rain delay. So they probably play the game again tomorrow on Friday or something like that.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be popping up in the Bronx.
Yeah,
So
it is.
yeah,
It is.
so
Yeah, man. But other than that, tomorrow night, man, Knicks in Washington. We go in there and try to get them cats, give them the business, and see if we can get the 3-1 coming out of the preseason, and just kind of look forward to the rest of it, man. So, like I said, we got Washington tomorrow. I think we playing them we're gonna be home tomorrow, right? Yeah. Knicks will be at home tomorrow against the Wizards. So we go down there and get it popping and let the guard get one more buzz because they're gonna have 5 days off. We all gonna be tripping next week. We ain't got no Knicks basketball for
yeah,
5 days. But
when
that's all
they
right
play
though. I
they
think we'll be
play
all right. So we'll see how it go. And I'm excited about everything. Shop Powell. Let's get it popping, man. And to the chat, if y'all, you ain't tired, man. Y'all know Ron and John on down there. Y'all can go check the brothers out when we get off and everything like that. Because I know they came on at 8:00. So salute Ron and John and people, man. They hold it down.
Yes,
Real
sir.
talk. But Shop Powell, man. Talk to me, man, before we get up out of here.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow's another game. We'll see what happens. I believe the Knicks have a better outlook on the game tomorrow. You'll probably see a little bit more minutes from the starters tomorrow, maybe closer to. I think they played about 25 minutes yesterday, so you may get 3 extra minutes, 25 to 28 minutes from some of the starters. But like you said, Divine, that second unit, that two guard position is still up for grabs. So let's see what goes on, man. Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
I had to throw Eddie. I had to throw Eddie's. He said, "Shy, you still got that young man's crossover."
I got the old school crossover between the legs, the between the legs one like that. All that, nah, I never. Between the legs. Oh, I do like put it between. Yeah. I only got one move though. When I put it, I only put it between my legs one time, or behind the back.
Hey,
Behind the back,
Eddie,
I could do.
Hey, Eddie Alvarez, real quick. You'll get a chance, man. I don't know if you're on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter, man. Knicks Real Talk. Holla at me, man. I kick it with you. We don't talk about Facebook, whatever. But my man Eddie Alvarez, salute to you, my brother. But yeah, man, it's all good, everybody. I'm really excited about what's going on tomorrow. Pre-game, we will be in the building. I had the audio popping the way it's supposed to. I don't get back to work on that shit tomorrow morning. I don't know. It's just some little technical thing. I don't know what it is. Never did this anyway.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen this.
Yeah, and but we get ready to go for the pregame tomorrow. We be in Knicks and Wizards. Knicks will talk. We'll be in the building. Me and Shaw Powers. We get it popping, man. Real talk, and for like I said, the chat, everybody, man. Salute to you guys, man. The Professor Elton Lee,
Yes,
May
sir.
4th. My man Eddie, Met Knicks fan. Let's go, Frank Matos, West Palm Beach, always representing in the building with us, man. Like I said, Elton Lee, Professor White Falcon in the building, Johnny Davis, Sherwin, everybody, salute to you guys, man. Real talk, man, for keeping us moving. E. Gibson, my man, and whoever else couldn't get in, all the regulars, Paris Duggan, my man, salute to you. You already know. Johnny Davis, like I said, man, all the family, man. Real talk, man. Everybody who represents Knicks Real Talk. We appreciate y'all coming in tonight, man. And y'all know what it is. But tomorrow, man, we should be fun tomorrow, man. We get a popping pregame. And like I said, that's gonna be the last game for 5 days. You know what I mean? And we got to make sure that we keep the content popping. Me and Shop Power we be in game mode tomorrow, preseason. Go get your food. I don't know what nursery tomorrow. I might go pizza tomorrow, wings. I don't know. That might be my dish before pregame tomorrow. I'll let y'all know what we do. But we get it, man. Real talk, man. Salute everybody. Y'all enjoy it, man. Friday night, man. We be here Friday night. Knicks tomorrow. We be getting the popping, Divine, Shop Power, Knicks. Let's get it. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. We'll see y'all cats tomorrow, man. Real talk. We thank y'all for coming in, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena. With a click, that's a conglomerate. The Knicks Real Talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. The entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. Infinity Jackson's on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine the Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here, I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.